Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Horror Room. I'm Travis Bruce, and today we're going to do another indie horror spotlight. I have a director, producer, award winning writer. I mean, the guy has spit out so many horror films, indie horror films, in the last several years. I have my man, Rakeem J.H. Lawrence. Rakeem, thanks for coming on, man.
How you doing? How you doing, Travis? What's going
Good.
on?
Man, good. Now, everyone, Rakeem and I were talking. We've seen each other at many horror conventions. Like when you first messaged me, I was like, I know this guy. He was standing behind me at Monster Mania in New Jersey in the Dick Warlock line. So you're a big horror convention fan, like I am. And you've
Big,
been for a while,
big,
man.
very big fan. I've been doing horror conventions since they first started in the early '80s. It started off with Chiller Theater with Kevin Clement, and then it was Fangoria Weekend of Horrors. So any of these other conventions, they're like newer. You know what I'm saying? They're like 15 years in and stuff like that. But I've been collecting horror memorabilia damn near almost 40 years coming up.
So before we start talking about movies, what is your prize horror collectible?
Oh, I got so many, but my favorite, my favorite is definitely anything Phantasm. But I got so much, man.
Nice.
Yeah,
Mine, I have a Michael Myers mask somewhere in here that's autographed by all of the Michael Myers actors. That's definitely my piece
I
of jewelry.
have, I have every mask signed by every prospective actor from every movie.
Nice, nice, nice. So, real quick, let's jump into your movies. So, you have popped out a lot of indie horror movies, man. Tell us a little bit about one. I'm going to focus on Second Chance. Now, you're working on part two. Tell us a little bit about part one and where part two is going to lead us.
Well, I shot Second Chance back in 2019, but I wrote it like 2 years prior. But had to get executive producers and all of that. And Second Chance, that's my baby right there.
Hmm.
That
And
that was a lot of hard work and dedication. Due to COVID, I couldn't put it out to 2021. You know what I'm saying? Because everything was shut, whatever. So I used the whole 2020 to edit it.
wow.
Yeah.
So, tell us a little bit about the story.
Well, Second Chance, it's about this cult. It's about this small Christian town.
Mhm.
And, this cult comes and takes over the town. This guy is like hell bent on resurrecting the devil. He had to kill a holy man and a virgin. He wanted to bring the devil back. He went insane and started this cult because his wife had passed away. And he just went crazy and the cult like ravished the town. Then you had this sheriff that stood for good, you know what I mean? And he tried to, investigate what was going on and see what's going on, but he met his demise. And it's a really good movie. It's like a battle of good and evil. It's a really good movie.
Awesome,
It's the
man.
good and evil, you know, just like in real life.
Yeah, man. It's all about good evil. I mean, every aspect in life since in the beginning of time has always been that battle. Now, the sequel, you're working on a sequel right now?
Um, it's in pre-production right now. We're trying to start shooting next year.
Okay, okay. Now, are you doing any type of crowdfunding or
No, I'm not doing any crowdfunding.
you're going straight in? Okay. So,
Yeah.
now is it going to follow right where the first one left off?
Yes. It follows where the first one left off, and it gets in depth for stuff that wasn't covered in part one. It explains a lot of like other stuff, like little minute stuff that wasn't explained. And yeah, it takes off basically from part one.
Now, as a horror filmmaker, where do you get your inspiration? Where do you find your inspiration coming up with ideas?
I don't know. It just comes to me, man. It's like a gift. When I first started making horror movies years ago, I used to dream them. So I used to just wake up and just throw one final draft and start writing away.
You
But
just
now it just comes to me. I don't know. It's just a gift, and I'm blessed for it. And I just not. I got over 100 scripts.
wow.
I've been writing screenplays since 1992. But I, ever since I founded my film company, Scarce Their Films, that's when I really started busting out the movies. But I always was a writer. And I went to film school back in the early 2000s. I ran right through that.
Now, as a filmmaker who's been out for a while, with the the revolution of streaming apps, especially Tubi, Plex, has it made it a little bit easier for filmmakers to get their name out there and get their work out there, or are there also still the same challenges?
Well, it's still the same challenges, but it's a bit more easier. Like I have movies on Amazon Prime, or Second Chances on Amazon Prime. But see, I'm more of a physical media guy, and in our horror community, we deal more with physical media. We deal with more physical media. So basically, I'm still selling Blu-rays and DVDs of my movies and all of that.
And one thing I love about you, so I'm a marketing guy. I love that you're at these conventions, man. You are hustling and bustling. You're getting in front of the fans. You're getting in the fans' face, and you're introducing yourself. You're introducing your projects, your product, and that's something that a lot of indie horror movie filmmakers, especially the new ones, are not doing. They are relying on distribution, and they're relying on social media. But with you, you're doing it the old school way, the way that is a successful way, and that's getting at these conventions, being at the booths, being in front of the fans, and shaking their hands, introducing yourself to them. And it's an amazing thing that you're doing.
And another thing I learned, because when I first started, I was just a spectator. I was just a spectator and a collector. So from going so much, I became friends with a lot of horror celebrities. And I let them mentor me to the point where, okay, this is how you do this. From getting autographs and signing autographs. Now I'm signing. Now I'm on convention signing now. I'm a
Hmm.
pair chill at theater at the end of the month.
Yes, she is, and that's on 27th and 29th, guys.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
Parsippany, New Jersey. April
Yes.
27th through the 29th. I'll be signing all 3 days. I'll have some cool stuff on hands, movies, posters, the works, 8 by 10.
You know that the horror room's gonna be there as well, so I'm gonna definitely swing by and say hi, man.
Definitely, definitely got to come by and see me. But yeah, it's not easy, man. I had a lot of obstacles, in my 20 years, but I just stuck with it and I made it happen.
Now, have you ever tried to deal with distributors in the past?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Now,
Yeah.
I've heard of
Well,
many nightmare stories about dealing with distributors, and once you sign that exclusive,
I don't want to like name a name on here,
yeah,
but
you know,
the story, I could tell you the story.
tell me a story.
When I was in film school, first semester, I made a movie entitled The Crate, and it got picked up. First semester was a horror comedy I made back in 2004, 2005.
Wow.
They selling this movie like wildfire. It was in box sets and everything. I wasn't seeing a dime off of it. I didn't see a dime off of it for like years and months. Then all of a sudden, everybody's coming to me. They're buying it. They're buying it. They're buying it and stuff like that. I wasn't seeing no revenue. Then after a while, I seen a you know, little 40, $50, $200. So their excuse was, well, we gotta recover costs and stuff for making the DVDs and stuff like that. But 2 years it takes you to recover costs. So after a while, I wanted it canceled. Then I had another movie, Sinners. That was my second movie. I got them to distribute that too. But right away, they did the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, I got it canceled. Then what happened was, years later, people kept coming to me and talking about, yo, I seen your movie. They got your movie in video on demand. So I had to take legal action, and I sued them, and I got paid, and I just don't deal with that. But anybody who's dealing with that type of situation, you could be your own distributor. I created a website many years ago. I sell my own movies off my online store on my website. So if I'm not selling them there, I sell them at conventions. I'm the beginning, middle, and the end. You know, I don't depend on people to sell my stuff.
Now, did they give you any kind of upfront money, or it's you don't get nothing and
You
you
get
get
nothing up
way
front.
and
You know what that's good for? I'm starting to learn. That's
was
just good for if you a first time like exposure. If you're expecting compensation from that, it's not gonna happen. That's just good for exposure. Them little indie film companies.
okay. Yeah, because I mean I've heard some nightmare stories from indie
Yeah,
filmmakers.
I'm in groups. I'm in groups on Facebook about that. Oh,
Hmm.
yeah. But see, I wasn't playing games with them people. You know, and then they tried to lie to me and say we're not distributing your movie when I clearly had the facts. So I sued them. I sued them, and they had to pay me, and I just will never get involved with that again. I just don't want to say the name and bad talk people because
No.
you don't.
You
I mean,
never.
if we wasn't on here, I'm gonna talk to you about it when we get off of
Yeah.
here. But
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
but
I'm pretty sure I already know who they are, but yes.
yeah. So anybody listening, you're an independent filmmaker, you could sell your own stuff. Be your own distributor. Get a website, get an online store, sell your own stuff.
Now, I have a question. Do you think that streaming has, because like for me, I'm a big, I like, physical, I like going to the theaters. I like that experience. I grew up in, I was born in the 80s, early 80s. So I grew up on that. Do you think that streaming is killing that physical market? Do you think, I mean,
Well, the way I feel, let me tell you, that's the issue I have. And any other community, right? It's over. Not for us, not our horror community. You're involved in our horror community. Let me
mhm,
tell you something. I still collect laser discs. I still buy Blu-rays, DVDs. I still VHS is worth a lot of money, the horror ones anyway.
they are.
In our community, we still sell, support, and collect that. But basically, that streaming is killing it. Me personally, only time I watch some streaming stuff is, days I don't want to get up. If I'm laying down, because I have kids and stuff, if I'm with my kids and I'm laying down, chilling, and the same movie's on Amazon Prime or this and that, I'm just throw it on there. But I'm a physical media collector.
And we're friends on Facebook. I see that you're also a theater fan. It's going to see the movie in the.
Always. I just want to see
That's the
Saw
way.
2 days ago.
How was it?
Great, great movie. It's the best one I've seen since the first one.
That's
Great.
what I and I've been bad mouthing that series for the longest time because it's been bad for a while. And when Saw X came out, I was not excited to see it. And like everybody's telling me it's great. And like now I am going to have to go and see it.
It's Tobin Bell that's great. It's Shawnee Smith. They make it great. But if they wasn't around, yeah. I want to go check out that Exorcist. That looks interesting.
Oh no, I am not excited. No, the reviews have been horrible for that movie, and I've kind of figured because what's his name, David Gordon Green, he ruined the Halloween's, he ruined Halloween for me. He really did. And I was afraid he was going to do the same thing with the Exorcist because it's supposed to be a trilogy. And from the reviews that have already came out, this movie is bad.
Well, from the little previews and stuff I saw, I don't know. I just like it when I see African American in these things. You know, we came a long way with film. So,
Mhm.
but I'm just one of them persons. I support anything horror, and I'm just one of them people. Like, even if you got a bad movie, I'll still go support it, and I just don't give my opinion on it because it's really not
Yeah.
easy making
See,
very hard.
but I don't judge. This is one thing I don't do. I try not to do. I do not judge indie horror, low budget horror. Actually, in
I
movies,
get it. It's the studios. You gotta judge that because they
yes,
got millions of dollars and stuff, and
yes.
they
I
making
mean,
that.
I
Yeah.
mean that movie has like $100 million budget, and you're telling me, and you have something. You already have a good foundation of The Exorcist. Most people rank that their favorite horror movie, the greatest horror movie ever, right? Or it's at least in their top five, top 10. And you go in there and you fuck that up. I mean, how? How? I mean, now I will judge that. I will judge those filmmakers because you have the money, you have the foundation, you have the marketing backing you, you have all of those things. You have the state of art cameras, editing, all of this, and you still put out a bad product or a late. I'm not even saying a lazy product
Well,
because there's
this is
different
my too.
bad and
With that Halloween, right? Sir, like that whole Corey situation and
hmm
Halloween.
hated
I
it.
feel like it should have been that should have had been like a Halloween movie. That should have been a series or something.
Yeah, that should have been like a Halloween
Corey Fowles, yeah, the
season of the witch,
Corey Fowles.
like an
Then I had
anthology.
an issue with that. I had an issue because I'm a screenwriter. I've been writing movies 20 plus years. Then I have an issue with Michael Myers and beat up big strong men, but some little kid is wrestling with him, throwing him around in a cave. I'm
Yeah.
just one of the people like I even I analyzed everything. Like, okay, a year passed by, so he's hiding in the cave. What did he eat that whole time? Did you
Apparently,
show what he ate?
I
Did you
don't
show?
know.
Did, you know what I'm trying to say? Make
Yeah.
it make sense. Did you show him eating rats? They could have got a quick shot of him eating a rat or something. How did he survive? And then there's a homeless man right by that cave. He ain't kill him all that time.
He didn't fuck him up. But you go from Halloween Kills where this motherfucker is unstoppable. I mean, he's fighting and killing off 6 or 7 fucking firefighters at one time.
That
He
was
killed
the best
off.
part about that whole series.
It was. But
Yeah.
I love the first one, the 2018 Halloween 40, whatever. I actually love that one. I wish they would have ended it right there. Halloween Kills. I actually, when I saw it in theaters, I loved Halloween Kills. And then like the second time watching it, I watched it at home on TV, and I was like, because sometimes when you see a movie in a theater, it gives you like a mirage. It's something about a movie theater, watching a movie in the theater, it makes it seem like it's better than it is. And I remember it was on HBO Max, and I watched it, and I was like,
I didn't
"Why
see
I
no
like this movie?"
first one in the theaters, the 2018.
I saw it.
But
I saw both
but
of them.
they had it on Peacock and all that. I
Yeah.
watched it, streamed it at home. Had a bad feeling about ends. Oh, and the favorite part about ends, I really enjoyed it was the beginning.
Oh, the beginning was great,
The beginning was great, but then then I don't know, like they just be doing too much. That whole Corey Ketchup thing was crazy. And
but
then Jamie Lee Curtis, right?
mhm,
They got to make up their mind. How you go from um, a renegade strong woman, right? In
mhm.
2018, and still a semi strong woman in Halloween Kills. Halloween ends. You're timid and all of that. So she was like an alcoholic. Then make up your mind. She's tough or she's not tough. I would have wrote it like that. She would have been the same Jamie Lee from the original. But me personally, I'm an early horror guy. I like the 90s and down. I watch everything to support, but I don't like these movies. If you ever see my movies, all my movies is like in the tradition of 80s horror movies and 70s, small towns, this and that. I use principal effects. I put a little CG and visual effects in there, but that's for like gunshots and shit like that. But I don't you know,
The
I ain't
practical,
I ain't
I
with the
love.
futuristic stuff.
Yeah, I like the practical effects. That's my jam. I'm an '80s horror guy. That's a
Yeah.
golden. Last year was great for horror. I think there was a lot of sleepers that came out. Big spot calls like Barbarian and even X and Pearl came out. So I mean there were a couple, but um I just feel like this is me. I'm an indie horror guy. I like the big box office. I love Halloween. I love indie is where it's at.
I'll have a couple of my movies if you want to get some at the show.
I'm gonna grab some. I'm gonna
Yeah.
get an autograph on them too. So
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
this is my like third time signing a Chilla. But I don't know. I just love indie horror. And only thing I like about nowadays, um, you ain't got to have no $1 million camera. People are
Yeah.
shooting movies with their iPhones, everything. Gives everybody has an equal opportunity. That's what
Hmm.
I love. This. But back in the days, even the editing, right? State of the
Hmm.
art. I went to film school in early 2000s. Back in the days, it was linear and non-linear. They had to cut the film. You had to cut the film, put tape on the tape stuff. How can you edit something, cutting film strips and looking at it that way? Now, if I don't like something, I'm gonna just take the scene out. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Easy as that.
So you a filmmaker as well?
No, no, I am a film lover. I'm a film lover. I mean, but I have since I've had this YouTube channel, I have learned how to edit. I'm not great at it, but I've learned how to do the basics when it comes to editing.
What do
But
you use? What do you use to edit?
I use iMovie.
We got to talk because I'm going to talk to you about some editing stuff and to do.
Okay.
Mm, mm. But now, let me tell you, there's a lot of opportunity for people in this time now because
Hmm.
YouTube is a new school.
It is.
You ain't got to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars, go to colleges to get degrees, unless you just want that piece of paper. You can learn yourself.
Now, Rakeem, so I do got to ask you a question.
Yes.
For a there's more and more of us black people who are getting into the film industry, and I'm loving it. What is some advice that you could give a young black man or woman who's thinking about doing it and they're on the fence? What can you tell them?
Yeah, no matter what obstacles, do it, make it happen. Don't make up no excuses. You got to live your dreams. I tell people that all the time. You want to be a filmmaker, you got to make it happen and know what you're doing because your first impressions stick. First impressions stick. Don't just jump out there and just make anything. Make sure your script is tight. Make sure you got a good team. Make sure you got everything planned out to the T. That's what I tell people. And then watch who you surround yourself by. And don't let people sell you dreams and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And
But
don't
don't,
give up. Don't let no one tell you you can't do it. Because I
yes.
was told that. And look at me now. Let me tell you something. I went to film school with a lot of people. I've been on the honor roll and the dean's list and all of that. And I went to film school with so many, and I'm the only one making movies. Everybody else is just, not to knock them or whatever, but they just working regular jobs and all that. I don't work regular jobs. I'm a filmmaker. I make movies. That is my job.
And that's something too. Like I want to get to that point myself, right? That the saying is you got to burn the bridges. Whatever business you decide to do, whatever your dream is, you can't. They said that you can't have a full time job and focus on your business because it's always going to be your full time job is always your priority. So like either you're going to make this a second full time job or you got to make it your primary job. and that's running a. This is coming from a business major. That's business 101. You can't juggle two hats.
Yeah. But what's good about me is, right? You know, of course, hundreds of thousands of dollars to make movies. I save a lot of money because I do a little of everything. I'm a director of photography. I'm a director. I'm the screenwriter. I'm the editor. Editing costs hundreds of thousands of dollars. Will run you up making films and all of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a gaffer. I do the lighting. I do special makeup effects. I hire people sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But you got to know a little of everything. Save you a lot of time and money.
All right, well, let's switch it to something fun. Let's talk about horror movies. You ready?
Right.
All right, I got a scenario for you. New Line Cinema comes up to you right now, and they say, "We're going to give you an unlimited budget, whatever you need to get this done. We want you to do a fresh spin on one of the iconic film series, either Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th. Which one are you going to pick and just shine a little bit on what your spice on it would be?"
Well, I would do Nightmare on Elm Street. I wouldn't attempt to do no more. It's oversaturated. Halloween and Friday the 13th. I would do Nightmare on Elm Street. But seeing the scrutiny by the fans for Robin England not being in that remake, I would definitely have him in there doing something. He would have to play Freddy in some kind of scenes, even if he has to stand still and be Freddy. Because I know he can't run and do a lot of things. The man is way up in age now.
Hmm.
So if he wouldn't be a part of it, I wouldn't make it.
Okay.
And you definitely got to have Heather Camp in there.
Yes. Now, would you make something completely a reboot, or would you like do what they kind of did with Halloween and make it a sequel, a different sequel off of the first one, or would you come off of Dream Warriors? Like, where would you come?
Well, people get mad when I say this, but the best Freddy movie was Wes Craven's New Nightmare. That, that was the best one. That was
It's
well done. That was
I'm,
well done. And Dream Warriors, and
I love Dream Warriors. That's my number one.
yeah, and then the Dream Master was good too. But Wes Craven's New Nightmare, loved it.
So you're gonna come right off of that one?
Yeah, I wouldn't like try to remake the like start the whole story over, whatever.
Hmm.
I wouldn't do that. I would do something like that. But me personally, the thing that get me mad is I don't like when they be remaking this stuff or fresh material. Give fresh filmmakers a chance. I have a mini series I wrote back in '92. A good, it'll have good horror icon characters in there and everything. And
Hmm.
we need new stuff. We need new heroes. You know,
Yeah.
but they
Now,
fail at everything they do. Look at that new Texas Chainsaw, the one that was
oh,
on Netflix.
that was a piece of shit, man.
That lady was Sarah Hardesty, right?
Yeah.
She, the best part of that movie is that meme that got going on. Like he took a shit in the what? Remember the film when they was making fun of it?
Uh
And the
huh.
part with the bus when he went on the bus,
Oh
the
yeah,
little
yeah. The
party
bus
bus.
was
Yeah,
iconic.
that like this horrible, man.
But I mean, it was characters that I did not fucking like. All of them were annoying. I was glad that the main character got a head cut off at
But
the end.
the early 2003 remakes, the beginning, all that
I
was
love them.
great.
I
I
love
love
them.
them.
Everything that came after that was shit. I mean, the one that came on Sci-Fi Channel. Um, what came after that? Then it was 3D, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3D. That was awful. I actually saw that in the theaters with the 3D. I paid it
That
20.
was horrible. She said, get him, cousin. Like
Yeah.
I said, what the hell? But guess what's my favorite Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie out of all of them?
Which one?
You know, I met Toby Hooper. You see, I'm always posting pictures with him. I met
Uh,
him a lot of times. Listen, part two was my favorite.
Part two is my favorite too. I tell people that all the time. They look at me like I'm crazy. Like, not the original. I wasn't a big fan of the original. I like part
Know it
two.
by heart. Like I know part two, the whole dialogue, everything by heart.
I love Bill Mosley in that. I mean, I love part
Have a
two.
friend I grew up with, two friends.
Hmm.
We used to go to my friend's house in Brooklyn. We had a chalkboard and we used to watch it every weekend and write down all the quotes from it or whatever.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's my favorite. My favorite Toby Hooper film.
Yeah,
He he didn't
mine too.
like it, but I think that shit. I loved it. It's funny
I
as hell.
love it. I mean, it goes so much crap, but I mean, that is my favorite one. Now, I think the remake with Jessica Biel, the first one, I think overall that's the best rendition of the Texas Chainsaw
What
Massacre.
about
But
the beginning?
I like beginning also. If I had to do my ranking of my top four, the remake is actually number one, and then I would say part two, the original part two, beginning, and then the original will come in fourth place.
Let me tell you something. Part three had potential, but the damn trailer was better than the movies. Remember with the trailer with
Well,
the chase coming out the
well,
water? How you
well,
make a trailer better than your movie?
I actually watched a documentary behind that, and it they had to cut so much shit out because the rating
NBA,
board, yeah,
NBA.
they they made them cut like big chunks of the movie out. And I mean, that's something that happened with a lot of horror movies in the late 90s and in late 80s, early 90s. They came in and they were like, let's.
But listen, the '90s had some heavy hitters. I'm gonna name some. The Faculty, loved it.
No, I'm talking about the over the top gore. Like that movie was
Oh,
supposed to
like
be
from
over
Dust
the
to
top.
Dawn. They chopped the hell out of From Dust to
They,
Dawn.
they, they, yeah, if you look at horror movies from that late 80s to that early 90s, it is, I'm not saying there's not blood, but it's not that violent gore. And it hasn't, and it didn't start getting back that way again until Hostel. I think
Yeah,
Hostel was the first one that it started come back, and now you have Terrifier.
yeah. I like Damien Leone. I know him and David. They're great people. I saw a Terrifier too. I'm very happy for them. I saw Terrifier 2 in the theaters.
I
He
did too.
started off. He started off with All Hallows Eve. Yeah, I'm very happy for his movie took off. He's very successful. They're working on part three right now.
They are. They are. And I'm gonna tell you my story. I've said this many times. I don't know if you've seen him in my videos. So I've been going to horror cons, not as long as you, but I've been going for a long time. And it started off I was in Atlantic City at the New Jersey, at the one at the Showboat. I forget what it was called.
Signed on there before, but I wasn't like on the bill. Like I had tables and stuff there. But I'm actually on the bill on this one all the time. Yeah, I've been
But
going in. They started.
that was the first time I seen Terrifier, and I seen the Art the Clown thing. I had no idea what it was. So this had been back in 2016, and every convention I was going to, I kept seeing Terrifier, Terrifier, and the whole cast was there. They were doing free autographs, free pictures, like Daniel Learning was doing. And I was like, who the fuck are these guys? And then by the fourth or fifth time seeing them, I was like, well, let me go ahead and check out, see what this Terrifier thing is. And then I watched the movie. I wasn't a big fan of it. I mean, I like Art the Clown, but I wasn't a big fan of the first one. Um, but what I'm going at was those guys had boots on the ground. They're still doing it. You cannot go to any fucking convention in this country and not see the Terrifier guys there. They started off. I mean, if they did a success of, and I'm not even a filmmaker, but I'm good at marketing. They did the success plan for any horror movie indie filmmaker. You have to be at these conventions. You have to lose money and not charge people for autographs, pictures. You have to be literally traveling in your car every damn convention, every damn weekend, and just get it out there to the horror fans. Social media is not
That,
enough.
that's how I took off because I be walking down. I live in New York. I walk down the street. I be with my kids, my family. Oh shit! I saw you in a movie. Can I have your autograph? Stop and give it to them. I don't charge for autograph at them shows. Like this, like when this thing comes up, you buy my stuff, I sign it for you. You want a picture? It's free.
Yep.
You
I
know?
mean, Terrifier is successful not because of the gore or the Terrifier is successful because of that marketing strategy that Damien Looney and his
Right.
crew did, and was boots on the ground. We're going to lose money to eventually gain money. We're going to inconvenience ourselves by being at every single. You can go on right now and type in a horror convention, and these motherfuckers are literally at every. I'm
Yeah,
not lying.
I know them personally. I seen they was just at CT Horror Fest when I went out there. They lines just whoo
Every
terrifying thing. Terrifies where it's at.
Yep. And I mean,
Yeah.
just by just being there and just being out there, that's how they became big. I mean, it's
But see
amazing.
that second one, right? It was way too long. He could have made two movies with that.
Which one? Part two was?
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
way too
part two
long.
was take wait. I like
He
part
could
two.
have made
Listen, I like part two leaps and bounds over part one. I don't trash part one, but I tell people I'm not a fan of part one. Um, but I
but
went to
people
see part.
there more than a half hour and a half, man.
Yeah, it was. I think it was 2.5 hours because I saw that in the theaters because it was only limited
Dude,
release. And I still, if a except for that damn Winnie the Pooh movie, if
I never even watched that yet.
oh, don't watch that piece of shit. I went to the theaters and seen that and gave money because it's an indie horror, and anytime indie horror has any kind of what's on, I try to. It was horrible. It was a cash grab. It was just bad, and that's one indie horror movie that I will bash, and I bash a lot. That Winnie the Pooh movie because that
I
was
few
literally a
problems,
cash.
a few. Like that new Jeepers Creepers. Oh my gosh. I
That
cut
was cash.
that
That was a piece of shit.
yeah, I cut it off. As soon as I seen how he looked,
Oh, it was. I
I
mean,
cut it
it's
off. Um, it was like a few. You know which one was okay? I would have never watched it again though, but it
what's
was
up.
okay. That new Hellraiser with the girl,
I love that one. I actually
it was
enjoyed it.
okay. But I'm a big Hellraiser fan. I'm a big
Mhm.
Clive Barker fan. I met him for like 20 years straight. Every time he showed up, I got
Wow.
all my memorabilia signed from him and everything. I don't know. I think I'm just like biased because I'm an old school horror head. So when I see stuff now, I'll be like, "You trying to steal?"
I liked it. Listen, and I'm a big Hellraiser fan as well. I It's not as good as the original, but it's up there. I liked it. I'm a huge fan of the original Predator, and everything that's came out afterwards just didn't add up. Part two was good with I'm Danny Glover. By the way, he's going to be at Chiller. I'm looking forward to meeting him.
I
Um,
know. And he's gonna be like $200 too. Them big
is
event
he
people,
really?
a lot of money. Them big event people.
He's charging $200.
They always put him in the front. He's gonna be like up in the hundreds and 200,
Okay,
200.
well,
Yeah,
well,
all them big event people gonna be there. But
I
if
don't
I
want
had
him
to
that
get
much.
something from him, right, I would get him to sign my sword poster, or I would get a color purple poster or a lethal weapon poster signed for him.
I would give him to sign a Saw Funko Pop. That's what I would do. My jigsaw, because I got it right here. Let me grab it real quick. I got my jigsaw signed by Tobin Bell.
And
So,
I got
uh,
told. You saw the picture I posted with him, right?
yeah,
Yeah, I got him on a few stuff. He was at Monster Mania one year.
yeah, nice guy, by the way.
I met everybody who's anybody. You see, I got stuff with Wes Craven, Toby
I
Hooper,
know I'm fucking
Betsy Palmer.
I'm jealous of Wes Craven. Wes Craven's my favorite horror director. Did you see my video about the 5 things I hate about horror cons?
Yeah, that's when I first started watching your video. Yeah, that's when
Okay.
I first saw your YouTube video. This guy's very good. This guy's very intelligent. There's certain things I don't like about that. You know what's my first problem? The fucking hygiene, bro.
I
The hy-
know.
oh
You,
my gosh.
you know, I got
Like
so much
there's the
shit.
there's a gift shop right there. There's free soap in the hotels. Like
You know, these fucking horror nerds, listen, which I'm one, but you know, there's certain ones. These motherfuckers wanted to fucking kill me. Like when I put that video out there, they were pissed off. A lot of the groups kicked me out of fucking groups. And if you look at my comments on that, people are pissed off. You know the 2 things they're pissed off the most about me talking about hygiene. Why are you pissed off about me talking about hygiene?
they
Unless
know
you're
that they probably the ones that just got the bad hygiene.
that's me thinking. And the other one was too. I said, don't bring your fucking kids in a fucking stroller on Friday nights and Saturday mornings. Those are the 2 busiest times. Like,
Exactly. No kid should be in that crowd, especially with this COVID stuff out there.
no. If
That's
you're
not a
gonna bring
place for
them,
kids.
it's not. If you're gonna bring them on Sunday. Sunday is family time at horror conventions. And
Exactly.
oh my goodness, I got so much shit from those 2 things. It wasn't anything else about the horror hose or anything else. It was those 2 things.
It's trolls, man. You
Oh,
get trolled, man. It's
oh,
trolls.
but that was a fun video though.
I remember I first saw that. That was months ago. I was like, damn, he said it shit raw out. But it's the truth though. That no one should be smelling like that. That shit's horrible.
It smells like, and people were saying, "Well, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't smell enough horror." If you don't smell enough at those horror conventions, you're the one who fucking smell it. I smell something.
You know why? Because a third of them are high off of drugs or drunk and shit like that anyway.
That's true. I I get a whiff of ass, armpits, breath, coochie at every fucking horror convention. There's not one that every now some are more funkier than other. Monster Manias, I don't care which one you go to, it is funky. It's lit. It's
Yeah.
every Monster Mania is lit. Like it's whoa. It's like fuck. Like you will fucking pass the fuck out at a Monster, especially that one in Hunt Valley, because it's
I've
just
been to that one a few times. Now that one in Cherry Hill got some guys.
oh. By the way, we were standing in line. The motherfucker who fucking cut in line, the creepy looking white guy that was hitting on the chicks, he stunk so fucking bad, and I had to stand because to meet Derek Warlock, you had to stand in this hallway first before you got moved to that line. That hallway was so funky. I'm telling you, I was about to fucking pass out, and it was hot too. It was hot and funky, and I had to stand near his funky ass. He was standing right in front of me.
Mm.
I'm so glad that he skipped into the front of the line because I did not want to stand his funky ass standing in front of me. He stunk so fucking bad.
Do you know Dave and Doug, the owners?
Personally, I'm friends with him on Facebook, but we've interacted, but I don't know them like that. Like that.
I met them years ago, but I don't know. I don't really deal with them people. My loyalty is to Chilla. That's my home convention. Yeah. I go to conventions all over the world, but no one has ever shown me love like Chilla. Besides Fangoria, Weekend of Horrors, Chilla's the longest running horror convention.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right
And
now.
great
I,
guy.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Some guys that are cool as shit. Um, South Carolina horror convention. My
Oh,
man Jeff.
I'm trying to get on that one.
That one is fucking. Listen, hit up Jay. That it I got a video of that one. It's the first annual. It was in Columbia, South Carolina. It is this fucking class act. It is. I mean, I have. It's been a while since I've been to a horror convention that was so well maintained. It was orderly. It was convenient. It wasn't overcrowd, just fucking packed. The lines, the whole line system. It wasn't like Monster Mania where they got little X's and stand here and you got line Nazis and so forth. It was Columbia. What was it called? Columbia Horror Convention. This was their only first. This was their first year. Class act. I'm not saying that because I did an interview with them, and they hooked me up. Amazing, amazing, amazing horror convention. If
Yeah.
you ever
I
get
heard
a
it was
chance,
good. Who do I contact to sign here?
I'll send you his information. His name is Jay. It's cool as shit. Cool as
Okay.
shit. But
Yeah.
yeah. Carolina Fear Festival too is good. I like Carolina Fear Festival. I went to that one first time this year, and that was cool. I just
I've
don't like the conventions. I don't know if it's because I'm getting old, man, but I don't like going to fucking conventions. I just don't like the fucking lines. I don't like fucking just cramming through. I mean,
know the secret. You want to know the secret?
what's
I've been
that?
going all my life. First of all, after COVID, I was going there on Thursday, staying in until Sunday, paying all that hotel money, going there spending thousands of dollars. I don't do that no more. If I go, you gotta go Friday.
Well, see, that's what I used to do. I used to go on Friday fucking night.
Get it right while it's
That
right
was my.
open, knock out everybody you gotta get.
I used to do that. I used to that, but everybody has gotten on that tip now. I'm telling you, everybody's gotten on that tip, especially Monster Mania, because Monster Mania, I used to be able. I'm telling you, I should go in there on fucking Friday, knock my. There'll be no lines, even for the headliners. You just go in there, get your autograph picture, boop boop. You'll be in and out in a half an hour, and you would go there on a Saturday, and that shit, the lines for the same people would be wrapped around the fucking building.
That's
I
why I got when Robert England's there, because I got him on all my stuff, even a glove. Let me tell you, I will have to be the first one because he talks to everybody individually. He always got a story. He goes on and on. But what an icon, man.
yeah, I love Robert England. Actually, I I got a free picture of him. I was at the Hunt Valley Monster Mania, and I was in the bar, and he happened to be down there at the same time, and I got a picture of him. I taking a shot, and amazing guy, nice guy.
Yeah,
Um,
great guy, man.
all right, so before we wrap things up, give me your top three things you hate about horror conventions.
What I hate about horror conventions,
Hmm.
I hate the trolls. Number one,
There's
the
tons of them.
trolls that always got something to say to you. Then when you see them there, they put their head down. I deal with a lot of those.
Hmm.
Um, I hate an unorganized convention, like when I just went to Connecticut and whatever. How you got all the people who already got tickets have to wait in the line with the people's purchasing and had a line wrapped around the corner. That
I heard it
that that
was a
that pisses me
mess.
off. And I don't like the line skippers. That pisses me off too. When you know the line's back there. So what I do, I'll do a quick trying to be slick. You see your friend in the line, you're gonna go stay and talk to him. So I'm
Hmm.
one of the people. I'm gonna walk to you like, look, line's back there. Yeah, I don't like that. I'm always my two favorite is always gonna be Chiller, and I like New Jersey Horror Con. That's cool.
See, this
Ryan Scott.
this is gonna be my first time going to Chiller. I've been trying to go for the last several years, and something always came up.
Oh,
This
I'm
year,
listen. My birthday's coming up Tuesday.
happy birthday, man! Libras, yes, I'm a Libra too, man.
Yep, I've been going to Chiller since I was 8 years old, man.
Chiller is fun, man. But a lot of people fucking, especially the horror fans, they bash Chiller because they say it's not a horror convention. They have a lot of, but I listen just from I never been, but I'm just looking at the lineups. I like Chiller because it's a variety.
Variety, because you got to
A
please the
variety.
masses. You have to please the old and the young, and that's what I like about Uncle Kev. He pleases the old and the young. You can't just talk at something towards young people. There's older people too that want to come out and have a good time. And,
Hmm.
and then we have the Saturday night concert.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, one of my uncles is in those bands and stuff like that. So Kevin used to play the Dead Elvie. There's a band called the Dead Elvie, but unfortunately he doesn't play no more. But yeah, And my uncle's in the accelerators, Troy DeAngelis. He's in,
Nice.
he's in the accelerators, but I like Chiller.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the ride down because Chiller is 2 times a year, right?
Yes, in April and
Twice.
October.
Yeah. So I was supposed to go to the April one, and the reason I wanted to go to April one, and was not because of anybody in the horror. It was the cast from the Wonder Years was there, and I grew up in the Wonder Years. Wonder Years was my favorite show growing up, and the
Too.
cast was from the Wonder Years. I was like, "Fuck, I need to get there."
I was there. I just, I'm just folk. See, I'm smart. This is why I'm winning with the collection. I get the older people. I get the older people. The older people ain't gonna be here, man.
That's
But
true.
right, I got him on a few things, but I was trying to get him on one more thing. Charles Cyphers, he's canceling everywhere. The man's 80 plus years old. He's
Yeah.
sick right now. He's canceling everything. The Halloween 45 convention he just had, he
Hmm.
canceled. I just got Bob from Halloween. I just got Bob, man. Bob is a hard one to get. The one Michael Myers pinned through the to the wall in the
Yep.
yeah. You got to get the rare ones.
Yeah.
I'm for Texas Chainsaw. I'm just missing Ed Neal, but he don't come up this way.
No.
I'm gonna have to go back to that other one.
Yeah, I need for Texas Chainsaw. I need. I can't. Damn. What is his name? He played. So there's two guys who play Leatherface in part two. One is Bob Elmore, who I already have his, and the other guy, what's his name?
Oh, I know who you talk about. Yeah, I need him too. I know who you talking about.
And he is only in Vegas and West Coast. So
No,
like,
you know what you need to do? What I do? People I know I'm never gonna get, I'll just buy that shit off of eBay or whatever.
you,
Like
you
like
know,
Margaret Kidder. I never got on nothing Amityville horror. I didn't get all my Superman posters. I got them villains and everything. I don't got her, so I bought an 8x10 and
I
and
just
it's
use Adobe. I
it's
use
all hated. So that's what I'm gonna do with him. That guy from Texas Chainsaw.
see, I use Zobi Productions. Shout out to my guys over at Zobi. So they're a consignment, and if I see them, they're going to be at a convention where they have a. Well, I know there's no way in hell I'm going to go over there. I'm going to ever get that person. You you pay them. You send your item in that you get autograph, and then they will get autograph for you. You pay them a consignment fee.
Yeah, but see, this is the problem. I have friends sending stuff and it never got there, never came back, and all that. You got to send that
So
like
Zobi
class.
is,
You got to send that first class, get it signed.
yeah, I do mine through Zobi, and yeah, never heard of
What about the mother, um, Mrs. Prescott? That's gonna be a chiller.
Mrs. Prescott.
Scream.
Who?
The mother from Scream, the Prescott lady.
She's gonna be. Hold on, let me look at it up real quick. The
She's
lineup.
gonna be a chiller. That's a rare one. She just came out the woodworks.
Who is gonna be a chiller? Man, I got like 6 conventions to go to, horror conventions to go before I even get to like chiller. 'Cause that's at the end of the month.
Yeah, CT's Horror Fest is the last one I went to.
So I mean, I got Monster Mania coming up soon. Monster Mania is coming up soon, and then it's the one Spookola. That's in New Jersey. Um, Monster Mania, Spookola. Then the one in Richmond Nightmare, or the Nightmare Richmond, something like that. I got that
Oh,
one.
New Jersey. I never heard of that one. What's the name of that one?
It's called Spookola. Spooktola. I mean, it's a banging lineup. Like even Ozzy Osbourne is gonna be fucking there.
I never heard of that one.
That's next weekend or weekend afterwards. Next weekend. Okay. So we got Danny
Oh, I'm
Glover.
going to New York Comic Con next weekend.
I'm gonna do that next year.
Yeah, I didn't go last year, but the last time I went was 2019. When COVID came, they turned it into a COVID hotel. I didn't feel to a hospital. I didn't want to go like when they first opened because that was still on my mind, But I'm going this year.
Oh, I know. But by the way, I know who I'm totally excited for. And this is random as shit. I'm a huge Jean-Claude Van Damme fan, 80s, 90s, and some of the cast from Lionheart, which is one of my favorite Jean-Claude Van Damme movie, is going to be there. That's what I'm excited for.
I'm excited to meet. Who do I want to meet from there? The lovely Stacey Dash. I want to talk to her. Stacey Dash from Clueless.
I'll talk to you all off camera about her.
Um, who else I want to meet there? Todd McLaughlin's wife from Friday the 13th Part 6. Remember they
Hmm.
dragged in a puddle with the
Hmm.
with the cards. Um, and my one of my favorite horror movies of all time was a 1985 movie called The Midnight Hour that came on ABC. Was made for TV.
Never seen that one.
Dee Dee Fight gonna be there. She's one of the characters from there, so I want to meet her.
All right, Rakeem, where can everyone find you, my friend? Besides Chiller in New Jersey, October 27th to the 29th. Check it out. So where else can they find?
Check the site www.chillertheater.com. It's going to be a great weekend, great lineup. Hope to see you guys there. Come out, support. You can find me on YouTube at SS Movie Network. That's my YouTube channel. You can also find me at my website, www.scaredstiffilms.com. Visit my online store. Check out some of my movies. Also have a movie on Amazon Prime, Second Chance. To check that out for buy and purchase. And basically, you can see me at a con near you.
Awesome, awesome. Everyone, please get out to Chiller, and not only Chiller, every other con, because this man is literally at more cons than I will ever be at. I'm absolutely jealous. Listen, it's been an absolute pleasure, man. I look forward to seeing you at Chiller. Looking forward to it, brother, and looking forward to seeing you at all these conventions, man. I mean, like I enjoy meeting awesome people at these horror conventions. I mean, there's a lot of weirdos, there's a lot of assholes, but but there's a lot of good people too. So I love meeting the good people. And by the way, I'm gonna be at Chiller. If you see me at Chiller, by the way, and you say I love the horror realm, I'll have a little special surprise for you. All right, so please check them out. Listen, man, if you ever want to come back on, you're more than welcome, brother. Just let me know.
Definitely, definitely. We will do.
Most
Will.
definitely, man. All
Yeah.
right, everyone. Well, thank you for coming to the horror room. I'm Travis Bruce. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.
See you later.